Good morning, traders, and welcome to this week's weekly market analysis, Monday the 10th of August. All right, let's kick off and start with our analysis, and we'll start it off with the Aussie dollar. Looking at the Aussie dollar, we can see that the market has broken through that level that we had been tracking, and it's broken through quite well. We were looking over the last week, or the last 2 weeks, we were looking to see if the market could come back and possibly form a price action reversal on the previous resistance, which could now be future support. It hasn't. It's pushed further away from that. So in essence, really, this level that I had marked out now, it's no good to us anymore. So I'm just going to remove it, and this now becomes pretty much a straight out trend type scenario where we're looking for all the dips. We're looking wherever we have a dip to see if we can produce reversal in that dip, and then basically to continue the trade moving forward. If I zoom out and have a look at a weekly chart as an example, I don't see any real major key levels. The next possible key level here is, I'm just going to add it onto my chart. It's possibly there. This area here looks to be like the last key level. Also, I note that if I extend it, there was previous support, it became resistance. So when we get there again, that's the next natural possible resistance for the Aussie dollar. That's around about the 73.70. Now, I'm not saying it's going to go up to that level, but that's really the next time that I would look at this particular instrument for shorting possibilities. All right, so let me come back to my daily chart again, and if I shrink down, there's that line that I've marked out. So if the market pushes towards there and it can produce for us in that region a reversal pattern, well then yes, I'm looking for short trades. Okay, alternatively, if it ducks down and then produces a price action reversal on a dip, then I'm looking for trades to continue the trend. Just remember, as long as I have enough room that I can collect my profit before I reach this possible level, which may be future resistance. Okay, so there you have it. So I've marked out the future possible resistance where I would look at the probability of looking for short trades. If that doesn't come along, I'm still looking for trend trades at every dip that comes our way. Okay, there you have it. That's the Aussie dollar. Let's move along and let's have a look at the EURUSD. Okay, this chart has got a similar theme to the Aussie US dollar that we just saw. We are very much in trend. Okay, once we cleared that barrier there, it's opened up the next movement towards the next possible resistance level. And if I zoom out and look at a weekly chart, we can see that there really isn't any. The next real points where we may get some resistance is really up here, because this one here that looked like it could be, we've already cleared through those, or we've tipped through them. So if I draw a proper line there, let me show you. So if I draw a proper line there, we can see that we've already kind of gone through that, so it's not really into play. The next level where we could get some kind of resistance, let me just move my line, is really at around about that level. So there's a long way before we get to that. That's around about the 124.50 mark. We're currently sitting at 117.80. Okay, so let me come back down to my daily chart. So if I shrink it, there's the line that I've just drawn in. Really, what we're looking for with the EURUSD is we're going to look for dips, and in those dips we're going to look for price action reversal so that we can continue with the trend in this direction. That's the only game plan that I have for the EURUSD. not interested in shorting at the moment because there is no significant level of possible resistance where that short may assist us in the trade. Okay, there you have it. That is our Euro USD for this week. Let's move it along. Let's have a look at the US yen. From the channel that I have left on my chart, we can see that we were trying to track this channel. We did get very close there, but we didn't get a clear buying opportunity. Right now we're very much in the middle, so with this particular chart, the best way forward is let it come either to the top channel and then look for a short if we get reversal confirmation, or let it come to the bottom side of the channel, look for reversal confirmation and take a long. So right now we're smack in the middle or slightly towards the lower side, but let's see if this can play out for us and can move to one of these two extremities so that we can take advantage of that channel and look for a trade there. Okay, so this one's a bit more straightforward. We're trying to trade off the fringes of that falling channel. Let's have a look at the GBPUSD. GBPUSD, I've got a couple of markings here. First of all, let me just zoom out a bit so that I can see what that top line is. Okay, so that top line is catching that point, this point, so it's like a triple top. Okay, so naturally we were looking to see, can we get the market moving up towards there and then shooting down. So that's what the top line represents. Let me zoom back in. And then what I've got here is I've taken a Fibonacci extension. I've picked out that top point, come down to here, and then I've extended out, and this level here is the 161.8 Fibonacci extension. So in other words, and you can see that this line that from the larger picture is very much coinciding with the Fibonacci level, which makes this a point that can possibly be resistive, and it's definitely a much higher probability chance of reversal. So I'm looking for reversal. Now these three candle patterns over here, it's not the cleanest reversal, but it actually, look, it is somewhat of a reversal. This is a little bit like a hanging man, the middle candle there. Let me zoom in a bit better so we can all see it more. This particular candle, if it was a little bit longer and it's just a shorter body on that candle, that would be a bit nicer, but look, it's still okay. It is the highest point, so this basically, these three candles constitute a reversal, so we can actually take this right now, to be honest. We can, for those of you who are interested, at the current level where we are, we could be sellers of the GBP USD. We got two reasons. This point represents the third touch on this line, and it also represents the 161 Fibonacci extension. We have confirmation of a reversal, so that's three solid reasons. So we'll be sellers here. Okay, so size up the trade to whatever size you feel comfortable. If this is something that you want to partake in and it fits your trading rules, well then it is set and ready to go. So that is our GBP USD this week. We are sellers on the daily chart. Okay, let's see how this one plays out for us, and I will track it for you. Let's move it along, have a look at the USCAD. Okay, USCAD, I had drawn in this level here just to see whether we could hold, and I believe we did take a little cheeky trade off these two candles last week, and we did in fact hit our first target. So, and if you stayed in there chasing a second target, the second target would have got stopped out at break even, so you still would have made something on that trade. Now it has broken through and this line doesn't look good anymore, so let me just remove it, and when I do remove it, it just looks more like a downtrend type trade. So what I'm going to naturally look for, let me zoom in a bit more so we can all see it a bit better. I want to look for a pullback. On the pullback, I want to see reversal occurring, and then that will be my confirmation to become a seller to continue the trend down with the USCAD. Okay, just again for anybody who's new watching the video, when I say a reversal, what I would like to see is, for example, let's say I get a candle that moves up like this, okay, and then followed by a candle that looks like this. These two candles form an inside candle. That is a reversal confirmation pattern, and then basically at the next candle I can set up my pending order to become a seller, and then basically continue with a trend going down. Okay, just ignore the colors of my drawing. I'm only using a blue pen right now, but the point is that that is an inside candle situation. If you need to review it, go on our website and have a look at trend trading with price action, and basically it goes in complete details of what I'm talking about. Okay, so there you have it. USCAD, we are looking for not the opposite to a dip. We're looking for a pullback, and then we're looking for confirmation of reversal to continue the trend going down. Crude oil, let's have a look. Crude oil continues to be flat, nothing showing. This is just, it's a nothing chart. I might just change this chart over next week and look at something different, because it's just, unless it's showing any promise, it's like watching grass grow at the moment. So crude oil, let's just leave that one alone. Let's move along and let's have a look at the Kiwi US dollar. Let me zoom out a bit more so I can see exactly what my thought was. Okay, so there's quite a few points here. Let me just draw another line over here for myself. There's two levels there. Zoom back in. Okay, what I was trying to do is I was trying to see the market went to this level here so that I could short down. It didn't quite get there. Let me just extend this line out further along. And let me extend the one that I just drew further along as well. Alright, so what I'm going to look for. Oh, actually, did anybody take this trade? I don't know how I missed it. There was a trade right here. It's a beautiful trade. Little inside candle there. Can everybody see that? So essentially, we're going up. Now, we also know that we have a possible resistance level at that level there, but it produced an inside candle there. I'm just seeing it now. So if you took your trade there, your stops here, I believe there's enough space there. You would have been able to hit your target. Let me just measure out. So your stop was about 50 odd pips, and it got up to 60 pips this trade. So you were able to hit your target. So if anybody took that, send me an email, let me know. I missed it. I don't know how I missed it, but I did. So that was a winning trade. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about when we're trying to buy dips. That was the dip, there was the confirmation, and you're shooting up as well. Okay, so let's see if this falls lower. If it does fall lower, keep an eye out on this level here. If it falls lower and goes lower than this level, then I don't really want to look for that continuation, because it could be that the market, the trend is starting to change and it becomes a little bit lower probability. Okay, but the other trade that we can definitely look for with this one, which looks the more obvious, let's see if it can push up towards that line there, give us the reversal and short it. Alternatively, I've got the second line as well, so if it gets to that line, that would still be valid, because as I already showed you on my chart, when I zoom out, that top line corresponds to this level as well, which is good. So either one. All right, let's see. That's the more obvious choices with the Kiwi dollar, and I'm actually a little bit dirty on myself that I missed that Kiwi US dollar trade. Not to worry. All right, guys. Again, if anybody took it, just send me an email. I'm always keen to see. All right, let's move along. Let's have a look at the ASX 200. ASX 200 continues to trade inside this channel that I've drawn. It has not broken out yet, so until we move away from that area or we get towards one of the fringes, let me extend the lines out. Let me just push it out a bit more. You can see that we've been trading in this range now for a couple of weeks. Let's see if we can go to the fringe and trade back in, or go to the fringe and trade back out. Now, of course, when we do go to the fringes, always look for the price action reversal to confirm for us. That extra confirmation increases our probability with this type of trade. Okay. All right, so there you have it. That's the ASX 200. Pretty straightforward. We need to just continue with this channel to see until it breaks, and then we can look for the next possible movements on this. Let's have a look at gold. Gold continued to push through. It just continues to go up, but it hasn't pulled back to give us a really good entry point. So all the way from, even from down here, we haven't really had an entry point to be able to take advantage of this movement. Let me just go to a weekly chart for a moment. Wow, there's nothing there. That's a weekly chart there, guys. Let me zoom out. The last time gold was at this level over here is 2010. It's a decade ago. Let me just double check that. 2011. Okay, that peak was 2011, came down, and then we've been in a heavy trend from about 2018. I don't see a resistance level anywhere. Okay, so I'm not looking to short this instrument at all. Just a little bit too much volatility in the markets at the moment, especially with the COVID. The metals do particularly well when people are trying to move money towards what we term as safe havens. They are seen as inflation proof. We can continue to print money, but we cannot produce more gold other than what is naturally occurring on this planet of ours. Okay, at the moment gold is just shooting right through. I don't want to be a seller. All I can do is continue to look for buying opportunities, and I've been saying that now for months, and it continues to push in the one direction. Go back to my daily chart. That's my daily chart. The last clear, nice entry points I can see there. There was a good reversal. There's a little one in there, little one in there, and then nothing. And look how much it's moved up. Okay, so keep looking for it. Let's see if it does come. If you feel uncomfortable because it's pushed too far beyond the 2000 level, well then that's okay. Just sit it out, just watch it, and just observe and make mental notes and take this as experience for our future trading. Okay. All right, that wraps up the analysis part of today's class. Let me have a look at what's happening in terms of news. I'll just highlight the main things to look out for. Just give me one moment as I bring my news to the screen. And we have on Wednesday, the highlight is from New Zealand. They have their interest rate decision and their monetary policy statement. That's on Wednesday. Also, we have core CPI there for the US and preliminary GDP for the UK. On Thursday, of course, all the times that I'm showing you are in my local time, which is Sydney time, Australian Eastern Standard Time. Thursday, we have employment change numbers locally for us here in Australia. That happens at 11:30. And then Friday, we have retail sales from the US is the highlight for the calendar. That pretty much wraps up our weekly market analysis for this week. If you have any questions, guys, please feel free to get in contact with us. Follow me on Twitter at ChatFX for trade setups and breaking news. Most importantly, hope you all have a fantastic trading day. Have a great week. I will speak to you tomorrow for the daily call. Bye for now.